some of the things that I really like about this camera. For filmmaking, that really helps, that's really cool on this camera, is when you put a monitor on this for shooting, which I do all the time, because I love to have a monitor right here so I can judge, framing, focus, composition, all sorts of that. When I have a monitor here, my assistant doesn't have a monitor, he has to share my monitor. So what I can do is I can actually use like a finder like this, and I can look through the finder, and I can actually give him the monitor because the LCD screen is still on, and I can still use the HDMI out. That's a new thing that I absolutely love, and all my assistants love as well. I like the way it's laid out, I like the way it feels. You can get this into such incredibly tight situations where you couldn't before. It's like with all of this stuff off it, like this, just like this. This is such a great way to be able to shoot. It feels so organic and it's so easy, and like the way I have my hands right here. This is the way I pull my own focus. I don't use this. I don't use a follow focus. I use this right here, and I'm here with my monitor like this. I'm looking at my monitor, and when I know these Nikon lenses pretty well now, and I know that if I come into here, I know I've got to come into here. If I come into here, I got to come into here. It's just a feel I get. But when you shoot motion picture, when you want to make it look like a motion picture, you need very shallow depth of field, and the way to get that is be shooting wide open. So when you're shooting wide open, you have very shallow depth of field when you're not on your focus plane. So it's something that you have to work at, but it's really fun to actually be able to pull your own stuff off. And having said that, it becomes very organic, and it becomes very liberating in a lot of ways, and I can set shots up really quickly. So I love that style I love DSLR style of filmmaking. I do it a lot now. I'd say a good 30 to 40% of my business now is with this.